What is up, everyone? Welcome to round 3 of the Portland Monthly Premodern Paper Magic Afternoons October 2025 tournament. We got 2 red decks to show you, so let's get in those deck lists. First up, we have Dawson with red-green Angry Elves. Now, at first glance, this looks pretty stock. I won't go through every card, but it is interesting to call out that he is actually only running 17 lands. Usually a deck like this is running at least 18. I've seen lists go as high as 20. He is running a lot of Mandorks, obviously. You know, you got the 4 Fintorn, 4 Lanoir, actually running 4 Priested Titania, which is, I think, one more than is generally considered stock. But I think using those extra land slots instead to just have a few more creatures. Well-Wisher is not usually something you see in the main. Beyond that, though, you have the 2 Deranged Hermits, 2 Masticores, a Squee, of course, Tribal Force Mage, the usual toolbox stuff that goes with a Survival of the Fittest elf deck. I guess also important to note, he is running 2 Naturalizes in the main as well. In the sideboard, looks like he's got 2 Tormod's Crypts, 2 Tranquil Domains, the 3rd and 4th Naturalize, 1st and 2nd Crumble, which I do actually really like that card, 3 Winter Orbs, and 4 Call the Herds. A bit more, I don't know if I want to call it greedy, but a bit more aggressive take on elves for sure. Going down on lands is a gamble, and when it pays off, I'm sure it feels great, but it remains to be seen if those Mandorks can actually stick around to supplement the reduced amount of lands, and making sure he gets enough lands to even kick things off. Either way, this is a powerful deck. I'm sure it's going to be an interesting match, but before then, who's he playing against? Next up, we have Mose with, I'm not really entirely sure what to call this deck. Maybe Oath Future Sight? It's a weird one. For a little bit of context, Future Sight is a 5-drop enchantment for triple blue and 2 colorless. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. I've really only ever seen this card played in the kind of fringe Doomsday decks, because it lets you get through your Doomsday pile a little bit easier, and you can create some infinite loops with that specific pile. But I'm not entirely sure what it's doing here other than being a value piece. In fact, that can be said for the majority of the cards in this deck. It is an Oath of Druids deck, which finds a 1 of Shard Phoenix and 2 Ravenous Balos. Both notably can sacrifice themselves to then trigger Oath again. This deck is also running Gaia's Blessing, so there is very much a world where Mose never decks himself, and I think maybe the game plan here is really just to outvalue your opponent until they mill themselves out. Yes, you could potentially get in lethal damage with Shard Phoenix and Ravenous Balos, and there is some Treetop Villages as well for extra threats, but the rest of this is really just about drawing cards and removal and some interaction. Very curious. Maybe there's a combo in here, and I would love for someone to point it out to me. But yeah, I'm just going to say this is a 5-color value pile, and I am here for it. So let's run through this list as best I can. It's a little dark, so I might mess some stuff up. Starting off, he's got a bunch of 1-ofs, including a 1 of Duress, a 1 of Aura of Silence, a 1 of Seal of Cleansing, a 1 of Portent, a 1 of Fact of Fiction, a 1 of Exploration, a 1 of Enlightened Tutor, a 1 of Argivian Find, which lets you return target artifact or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Pretty nice with Oath. And a 1 of Shard Phoenix. He is running 3 Oath of Druids. For color fixing, he's running 4 Chromatic Sphere and 2 Lotus Petals and 2 Mox Diamonds for a little bit of ramp and color fixing. 4 Phyrexian Furnaces, 3 Gaia's Blessings, as mentioned, 2 Sylvan Libraries, 4 Swords to Plowshares, 2 Ravenous Balos to complete the creature threats, and 2 Future Sights. As for lands, he's running 4 Yavimaya Coasts, 1 Dromar's Cavern, 1 City of Brass, 1 Wasteland, 2 Flooded Strands, 2 Windswept Heaths, 3 Treetop Village, 3 Forests, 3 Islands, and 2 Plains. In the sideboard, he has 4 Meddling Mages, 4 Call of the Herds, 3 Sphere of Law, 1 Pernicious Deed, 1 Engineered Plague, 1 Tormod's Crypt, and the 2nd Duress. Again, wild list. I might be missing something, but this is just value central. And yeah, I think we might be in for some grindy games, especially if Dawson is not able to capitalize on a aggressive start. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here we go. Dawson is on the left, Mose is on the right. Looks like we'll get a high roll to start. And Dawson barely getting there with an 8/7. Now, like I said in the deck text, both players playing some interesting decks. Dawson more so for the choices in deck building around a tier 1 deck. Mose because, well, this is pure value, and I know this is something he likes to play. But Dawson is starting us off with a Fintorn Elves pass. Mose with the Treetop Village, say go. Dawson dodging the mana troubles I mentioned previously with a lot of mana dorks and even more Kyrian Rangers. Could untap the Fintorn Elves to get in for 1. Very aggressive. Say go. Obviously not going to be able to swing in with the Treetop Village. Ooh, there is a Oath, and that is problematic for Dawson. I don't think he has an Antuco Vigilante in hand, but there's a Multani Acolyte. Draw a card. That looks like Moses is partaking in some pizza. Our venue is, luckily, has very good food, especially the pizza. So this being round 3 does put us a little past lunchtime. Okay, there's a Ravenous Baloth. Very fast find off of the Oath of Druids. And Dawson, maybe not super familiar, a little bit newer to the format. Ravenous Baloth, of course, the 4/4. You may sacrifice a beast, gain 4 life. And there's a Sylvan Library, and say go. Dawson did get in with all those little guys. Does have to remember to pay the echo cost. Is going to. There's a Guy's Cradle. Now, Mose would be, I think, over the moon to hit a, well, his one of Phoenix. There's Llanowar Elves. 4 mana floating. Actually, more than that, 5 mana floating. No, 4, sorry. And doesn't have anything to do with it, it's just going to pass. Okay, we're going to get another Oath trigger here. Oh, we did see a Future Sight hit the bin. I don't know if Dawson caught that. There's Enlightened Tutor. Another Future Sight. Those are the 2 in Moses' deck. He still hasn't hit a Guy's Blessing yet. I don't think, at least. Oh, there's the Phoenix. Alright. Phoenix is going to hit the battlefield. He can sack it at any time to deal 2 damage to all creatures. Okay, we're going to trigger the Sylvan Library. I think it's also to players. I'll look that up real quick. Alright. Oh, yeah, Mo's just going to sack the Phoenix. Deal 2 damage to everything. And it is just 2 damage to each creature without flying. And then the Baloth, of course, being a 4/4 survives. Get in for 4. And there's a Guy's Blessing. Going to hit the Phoenix. Makes sense, especially if he has a Baloth in hand as well. Okay, gonna hit one of the Future Sights and a Swords to Plowshares, looks like. So Guy's Blessing, letting you shuffle 3 cards into your library from your graveyard and then draw a card. But the more relevant piece of text here is, specifically with Guy's Cradle, whenever it hits the bin from the deck directly, you shuffle your graveyard back into your deck. Interestingly also, that does trigger off of Fact or Fiction, which is something I recently figured out or learned. Okay, Chromatic Sphere and a Phyrexian Furnace. The Sphere, a good way to color fix. And Mo's going to gain for 4 here. I don't think he untapped. Say go. Oh, he did. Sorry, yeah. And Dawson triggering the Oath here. Maybe not realizing that the Baloth can sack himself, but that is a very good hit. Deranged Hermit. Suddenly that Cradle doing a lot more. However, it does give Mose another Oath trigger. And that Phoenix is back in his deck. We might be back to square one, depending on what Mose hits this next trigger. Okay, there's a Wirewood Symbiote. Unfortunately, no haste. Oh, Dawson is going to bounce. Okay, and play out again. I guess that makes sense. Get even more 1/1s on the field. If, for whatever reason, Mose does not hit the Phoenix, that actually does put him in a bit of a tricky situation. Ooh, and he did not hit the Phoenix. All right. That is going to be problematic for him. He does have at least one swords though in hand. He does only have one white mana though, so I don't know if he has a way. Oh, he has the chromatic sphere, but does he have two swords? All right, triggering the library. There's the third swords. Okay, so he has a chromatic sphere in hand as well, so he can grab another swords. There's also a phoenix on top. So he can have the swords, leave the phoenix on top. No, is taking an oath here. Okay. Wild. I guess he's going to crack the furnace to draw the other swords. Okay. Swordsing the symbiote. In response, bounce the Drained Sherman. I guess that makes sense. Go to combat, swing for 4. Mo's, of course, wanting to get as many triggers as possible. There's another oath. Notably, both oaths will be able to trigger with the amount of squirrels that Dawson has on the field. So Mo's guaranteed to get the Phoenix that we know is on top, and another Bailoff. Okay, there's a survival of fittest pitching Squee. Dawson looking at that Well-Wisher and then remembering it only targets elves, or counts elves. Tribal Force Mage is very good. And could be very problematic for Mo's in this spot. He does have one swords up. So while he could take care of the Deranged Hermit if Dawson goes for the Tribal Force Mage first. That's even more of a problem. Alright, gonna morph it. Turn it face up. And with the trigger on the stack, not the trigger of turning it face up, but the trigger of naming creatures, Mose is going to swords one of the squirrels. So Dawson just gains 1 life. So all these squirrels are slightly less large. However, Mose technically has 8 more life than he has represented on the battlefield. So sack 4, and then taking... how much is that? Is it 3 each? I forget how much Tribal Force Mage buffs. Is it +2 or is it +3? +2, yeah, +2 in trample. Okay, there's a Phoenix off of the first Oath of Druids. And then Mose does get to trigger the second one. He can fail to find, which he will fail to find. There's the guy's blessing. So no matter what, his graveyard is getting shuffled into his deck. And he should only have the 2, yeah. Didn't have a lot of cards left in his library, so that is perfectly reasonable. He has 3 guys' blessings in his deck. He must have 1 in hand, or knew that both 2 were near the bottom of the deck. So just getting the Phoenix. Oh, okay, we're shortcutting here a little bit. Before he does... Oh, or taking it back. I guess he was going to try and shuffle his furnace into his deck as well. I think there reaches a point with his deck where he can get it to a point where it can just continually play itself out, but that's a long way from here. Also, Mo's at 1, notably. Okay, getting in for 4. No, getting in for 7. with the Treetop Village. And then probably just sacking the Shard Phoenix here. I guess maybe wanting to... Yeah, that makes sense. We know that Dawson's only card in hand is the Deranged Hermit. That Cradle, unfortunately, doing nothing right now. He also forgot his Squee in the graveyard, which is unfortunate. We are a casual enough tournament that if he remembers on his turn, I'm sure Mose will let him take it back. And yeah, Mose is at 1. But if Dawson plays out any creatures, that is very problematic for him. Also, I think, no, yeah, Dawson did miss the Oath Trigger as well. There's a little bit of glare down there in the bottom, but that is a Bailoff that he could have gone looking for a creature. I don't know what he would have found that would have been worth it. Like maybe a Masticore, especially with Squee, is not bad. That might be the best out he has, as all the Bailoffs and all the Shard Phoenixes can't compete with it. Although Dawson in a bit of a tricky spot. It may not look it with Mose at 1. But Mose with the 2-man lands and Dawson with no creatures out. Okay, he's gonna remove the Squee. Ooh, rough. And draw a card. I'm sure he would have done it if Dawson had remembered the trigger. So, again, Dawson being a bit of a newer player to this format. Squee triggers are definitely something you want to, do your best to remember, but it can get mixed in, especially if it's not something you're actively thinking about, if you're thinking about your next turn. But especially with survival, having it up is arguably very important. All right, sacking Chromatic Sphere. I'm assuming for a green mana. There's a Mox Diamond pitching a Wasteland. I think he's just trying to animate as many treetop villages as possible. Yep. And that is going to be lethal, and we're going to game number 2. Here we are in game number 2. Turns out back-to-back board wipes from the Shard Phoenix. A bit too much for a bunch of 1/1 squirrels. I do think this is actually a pretty good matchup for Mose if he can reliably find an Oath of Druids, and if Dawson doesn't have a way to deal with it before it triggers. Granted, Dawson has a lot of ways, especially post-sideboard. He's going to lead off with a Mana Dork here. And does have a Naturalize in hand, it looks like. That does make it a bit tougher for Mose if Dawson's hand is aggressive enough. There's a Mox Diamond. There's an Oath. Say go. Does have it, but Dawson does have the Naturalize, which I'm assuming will get, played out here. Also plays another Mana Dork. Say go. Treetop Village for the turn. There's a Guy's Blessing. Shuffling the Oath into hand and to draw a card. Opting not for the land, which makes sense. I think I actually might have missed the layer land when I was doing the deck tech. Or maybe it comes in from the sideboard. I don't know. Deck's weird. It's cool. We got to see it do its thing in game 1. Shard Phoenix being immensely good. Okay, 2 mana from Multani Acolyte. Draw a card. Finds another Naturalize. And aggressively hitting the Mox Diamond there. Very interesting. Okay. There's the Yavimaya Coast. Gonna take a point to Portent. None of those look like an Oath. So are they going to the bottom? Or, I mean, shuffle the deck. Sorry. Mixing it with Impulse. Alright, likes the order they're in. Gonna play a Chromatic Sphere. Say go. Does need to pay the Echo cost for the Acolyte. We'll do so. Oh, there's a Tranquil Domain too. Man, Dawson finding all his sideboard hate here. If he had that in hand when he cast the Naturalize. That does make more sense. Alright, getting in for 3. Say go. On upkeep, do you port the Treetop Village? Seems relevant. Oh, Mose has an Enlightened Tutor. Is he casting it? He is going to cast it. Filter white through the Chromatic Sphere for white. Go find the Oath. Put it on top and make sure to draw it next turn. Also has the swords up for some troublesome creatures if he needs it. Say something that doesn't die. So pass back. And there's a Naturalize. No, we're gonna Tranquil Domain. Okay. And that is 3 answers so far to Moses' cards, which I'm sure he's keeping track, but maybe he doesn't realize there's another Naturalize in Dawson's hand. Dawson gonna port into the Yavimaya Coast there. Just get in with a bunch of 1/1s. Okay, there's a Sylvan Library. 1/1s can do the job. Especially if they're given the space to. He has another Tranquil Domain. Oh my god. Okay, Priesthood Titania coming down. A Naturalize for the library. Swing for 2. Say go. There's swords on the Priest. Dawson up to 21. And Mo's officially out of gas here. Does have a library, or sorry, a Treetop Village, but it's not super relevant with that Rashad Port.
No, I was just going to tap down your Yavimaya upkeep.
And maybe a bit of a mix up there. Okay. There's a Wirewood Symbiote. Get in for 5. Mo's gonna try and swords the Wirewood Symbiote. Not much you can do about that. Go to 22. And Mo's gonna fetch here for a land. Attempt to animate the Treetop Village, but I'm assuming Dawson is gonna tap it down. But might as well try. Yep. Gonna tap it down. Take 5. Mose goes to 4. And Dawson just gonna pass it back. And it all comes down to what Mose finds off the top here. That will not do it, and we're gonna go to game number 3. And here we are in game number 3. And if you're taking a look at the runtime of this video, you know we are in for a doozy of a final game. Mo's on the play here for the first time. And both players keeping. Mo's going to go with Treetop Village, pass. Dawson with a Mana Dork, say go. There's a Sylvan Library, pass back Dawson. Now, does Dawson have another land drop? Doesn't look like it. Okay, 2 mana dorks. Well, a mana dork and a Wirewood Symbiote and pass. This might be the instance I was talking about where 17 lands, when you get 2 or 3 out, your first couple turns feels great. But if you're keeping a 1-lander with the hopes and dreams of mana dorks, could be problematic. Mose, seeing that 1-land drop, is strongly considering swordsing the Wirewood Symbiote here. He could also... Well, that might actually be the best option. Okay, just taking a look at those library cards again. And deciding if he wants to fetch here to shuffle them away. We didn't get to see how good they were, but if he's thinking about it this much, they must have been pretty decent. I do think he swords the Symbiote, no matter what. It's too much of a value card. And it makes all your other removal a lot worse. Alright, Mose here grabbing an island. Did he bring in Meddling Mages, actually, in this game 3? We didn't see him trigger an Oath in game 2. But it's possible he had some sideboard shenanigans. Nope, green and blue here. Alright, we got an Oath instead. And I don't think Dawson has a Naturalize. So this Oath is most likely resolving. I see a Well-Wisher. I see a Nantuko Vigilante. Does not have the mana to play it out yet, though. So I think Dawson's best hope is that Mose hits a Ravenous Baloth and not a Shard Phoenix and tries to play out a Mana Dork. No, okay. Is opting to play out the Nantuko Vigilante and then also go to combat for 1 with the Wirewood Symbiote. Say go. And hoping that the Vigilante survives. Either way, Mose is getting 1 trigger off of this Oath. And is probably swordsing the... No, is opting just to pass the turn, actually. And what do we see? I see a Call of the Herd. That's coming in from the sideboard. There's a Guy's Blessing. Okay, there's a Baloth. That is the best possible hit there for Dawson. It also means that Dawson should be able to flip his Vigilante if Mose decides to not swords it now. Which if he didn't swords it in the... If he didn't swords it in the end step of Dawson's last turn, I don't see a reason why he would swords it now. I mean, I guess it's a little relevant if he didn't hit the Phoenix, wanting to keep up a swords. And I think that is his line of thinking here. Has it pulled to the front, but is going to fetch first. Probably go grab another white source. No, green source for the Treetop Village makes sense. Yeah, with this line, he can swing in with the Treetop. Hold the Baloth up. Alright, not even offering the chance to block here. Oh, we're tapping 3 actually. For a Call of the Herd. Okay. A permanent 3/3 is better. Notably also doesn't die to the Shard Phoenix, but also can't sacrifice itself. However, Dawson's Oath targets are much worse. We did see it pay off for him fairly well with the Deranged Hermit. But of course that giving Mose the opportunity for multiple Oath triggers. Okay, Cradle coming down. 6 mana, 7 mana up for Dawson right now. He has a Well-Wisher. I think that's a Masticore. Another Wirewood Symbiote. No, a Tangle Wire. Okay. Is going to play out the Tangle Wire. An interesting choice. He's not in a great position. Oh, interesting. Bouncing the Wirewood Symbiote back to hand before the Oath trigger. And yeah, Mo's sacking the Baloth in response. Still can get his Oath trigger. Try and decide, I guess, if he wants to stack. Yeah, okay. Gonna trigger Oath first. I don't know why he's tapping mana. Maybe to flashback Call the Herd, but can't do that first. Has to do Oath first. Do we find the Shard Phoenix? We do. Okay. He had a 50-50 shot there. I don't know if I saw a Guy's Blessing in there, so I think those just stay in the graveyard. And then library triggers, yep. One to hand. Oh, the 4 land's getting tapped to the Tangle Wire. I'm sure someone's already commented that, but that makes sense. He doesn't really need the mana for what he's doing. He's going to just swing in for 3 with the Elephant. And offering the chump block here makes sense. I mean, the Phoenix is going to die anyways. Or, sorry, the Symbiote's going to die. Yes, the Phoenix is going to sack, killing everything. So you go. After you play land. Alright, and here's where the Tangle Wire is problematic. Dawson now having to tap down all 3 of his permanents. Passing back to Mose, who will have 2 mana up. If he has another land, he can get in with his Treetop Village. Oh, there's a Pernicious Deed too. Alright, see if he can find a land. I believe he did. Oh, gonna take 4 life. Okay. Maybe manage that. There's a Chromatic Sphere. Oh, just gonna say go after that. Playing the slower game out, I think. Chromatic Sphere does give him another permanent to tap to Tangle Wire. There's a Tormod's Crypt for Dawson. That's pretty big. Okay. A Fintorn Elves comes out. And a Tormod's Crypt. Say go. Mo's looking through his graveyard real quick. Seeing if it's worth triggering the Oath. He will get whatever creature he hits, which is going to be a Ravenous Baloth, more than likely, unless he brought in the Meddling Mages. But how many cards is it going to cost him? Dawson could always activate the Tormod's Crypt in response to... Okay, there's an Argovian Find. Now Dawson can respond to this if he wants. This lets him bring back an enchantment or an artifact. But we're opting for Future Sight, which is the first time we've actually seen this card. We won't see it played yet, but... Okay. We are activating in response to targeting. Now, Mose does get to trigger Oath here. Tapping 2. Yep, gonna trigger Oath. Argothian Find being instant for, I think, 1 mana. Very, very cool. Does opt to not trigger Oath, though, which is interesting. Maybe a little worried about the amount of cards left in his library. How many Guy's Blessings? He could have 2 out of the 3 Guy's Blessings. I think I only saw 1 in the graveyard. I believe it was 1 he played. Alright, Dawson finding his 3rd land. Very late in the game, but is relevant because now has access to 4 mana. Alright, still has access to 4 mana. And there's a Masticore. 2 cards in hand. Untap, Tangle Wire, trigger. I tap down a blue. That does mean... yeah. I was gonna say, it does turn off his portent that he has in hand. Gonna do the library trigger first. Or choosing not to activate the Oath. I believe Oath happens before library, right? Library happens in draw step. Oath happens in upkeep. Someone in chat can correct me if I'm wrong, or in the comments. But yeah, I believe opting to not trigger the Oath, which is very interesting. Really needing a way to deal with this Masticore. I don't think he has swords. He has a Pernicious Deed. There's a portent, but does not have any black mana. Also has an Engineer Plague, but has no black mana. Okay. There's a library. No, opting to not play it. Say go. Pass the turn, draw off the portent. Yeah, leaving up enough mana to activate the Treetop Village to block some of the incoming damage is relevant. Way more than just having another Sylvan Library out that's not doing much. There's a Disenchant. Now, with Dawson seeing the Disenchant, do you hit the... Okay, interesting, you do hit the library. You did just see Mo's had another one. And going to combat, do you swing everything? I don't think so. You're going to be losing one thing to a Treetop Village no matter what. Masticore can't make enough mana to shoot everything. Okay, there's an Online Tutor. Does he have a Seal of Cleansing in the deck, or are we just grabbing Future Sight here? He does have Future Sight pulled to the top. It would be cool to see it this game, see what the hubbub is about. He will even be able to play it next turn. I'm not sure if there is another out right now. Alright, we do see a Future Sight. Again, 5 mana enchantment. Oh wait, it's triple blue. It's not double blue. Okay, maybe he can't play it out next turn. But yes, triple blue, 5 drop. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Okay, so Future Sight is on top. You do not have a library. Nope. Yep. Good catch. He is not going to be able to play it out. I was doing a little math here, trying to decide how dead is he. Okay, we are triggering Oath here. Notably, no... Is there no more creatures? No, but there is 2 Gaia's Blessings. That makes sense why he wasn't triggering the Oath. Did he take out both Balos in favor of just the Shard Phoenix? I don't think we saw one, so... Yeah, Moses... Oath is totally useless right now. His only win cons are those 2 treetop villages. Land for turn, Sylvan Library. And say go. He needs a black source of mana for Pernicious Deed. Alright, Tangle Wire going to the bin, discarding Priest of Titania. To the Masticore. Gets in for 4 with the Masticore. Mose, I think, found the swords. There's a treetop village. Are we not playing it out? First off, swords you. There is a world where Mose waits until Dawson has to discard. But Dawson can make enough mana right now with the Masticore and Gaia's Cradles to shoot one of the treetop villages. And this is how Mose wins. Literally the only way, I believe. So definitely wanting to protect those. Alright, there's the Land War Elves. Get in for 3. We are on a full-blown race right now. Mo's at 6. Mo's going to trigger the Oath just to shuffle his deck again. I'm actually not even sure if there's a black source in the deck. I'm assuming there is. I don't think we've seen both Mox Diamonds. There might be a Lotus Petal. None of those are that. There's a land, Ergivian Find, and I'm not sure what the other one was. But I think it's the one he picked. Alright, a Plains. Animate one of the villages. It does have trample. I'm not sure if it makes sense to block. Yeah, so take 3. Pass to you. Now Dawson can still be aggressive here, I feel like. If he gets in with everything, yeah. Mose goes to 3. But he needs to find a creature. No, it's just passing it back. Okay. That actually is more problematic. Mo's just going to shuffle again. Does reveal he has another treetop village in the deck. That is relevant information.
You basically never lose the game from drawing out.
I could. Well, I guess with Gaia's Blessing, if I get him,
Yeah, you have
like a cast.
3 guys.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the idea. But you could like, it's happened before with like all 3 of them.
But yeah, as it stands right now, Dawson does win this race. Unless Mose leaves both treetop villages untapped. But he's not interested in doing that. Oh, he does have a Guy's Blessing. Maybe he's casting that instead. Alright, Guy's Blessing, targeting nothing, draw a card. Does actually have to shuffle the deck after the Guy's Blessing, I think technically. And do we get both in here? Okay, there's a land war elves. That's not nothing. More threats on the field is a lot tougher for Mo's to deal with. I would not swing in here though. I'd wait till next turn. At the very least. Okay, there's a fetch land. And yeah, I would just pass. I would not swing in. Oh, okay, Dawson getting in for 3 is going to double block. Gonna take a point to do so, but does get rid of one of the attackers. And Mo's down to 1. Can't swing in this turn. I think found a future sight, but still doesn't have the blue mana to play it. Those pain lands not doing him any favors right now. Those black cards also not doing him any favors. I do wonder if he has no more ways to generate black mana. There's a Call of the Herd. That's pretty huge. Yeah, we get a token. Very nice token. And flashing it back as well. This might be the death knell for Mo's, depending on what he can find. Oh, that's a fact or fiction. Okay. That's actually pretty big. What is the pile going to be? Enlightened Tutor, another Treetop Village. That's nice, but unfortunately does enter tapped. An Oath, a Guy's Blessing, and a Future Sight. And I actually don't even know what the pile would be here. I would put the Oath and the Future Sight in different piles. Right now, Mose does not have a way to cast Future Sight without dying. Enlightened Tutor could get him in outs, but we didn't really see it. Okay, so we get a Guy's Blessing, and yeah. I think that's fine. Go to Moses' turn. Finds a card he likes. Has his last Guy's Blessing in that pile as well, so might trigger Oath next turn if he gets another turn. Okay, we're gonna Guy's Blessing here for the Guy's Blessing, or for nothing. For nothing. Okay. I think Mo's really just digging for his swords. Even then, he doesn't get out of this. I'm actually not sure what he's digging for. He doesn't have a powder keg or anything like that. I think he needs a black source. He needs a black mana source. So if Mox Diamond is maybe the way he gets out of this. And I don't even know if there's one in the deck. Oh, we are now in turns. There's a Portent. I don't know if Mose has a way out. I think he's got a Portent here just to see. But yeah, I don't think there's a way. I think that Tormod's Crypt really did a number on him, and he was not able to stabilize. And I believe if Dawson just swings in here, he has it. Oh, there is a swords. Okay, can swords one of the elephants. Animate one of the treetop villages. Jump block, and that is game. Dawson takes it down in 3. Ooh, those were some grindy games. Congrats to Dawson for taking it down. Oh, that's a super sweet deck, but man, that thing just likes to spin its wheels. Thanks all you guys for making it this far. If you did, make sure to like the video, and if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Those two things are free and are the best way to support what I am doing. If you've been subscribed for a while, consider joining the Patreon. Not only do you get your name up here for as little as $1 a month, honestly could not do it without all you guys. Thank you for your support, but you also get access to the members only section of the Discord, and of course just have my eternal gratitude. Money from the Patreon goes towards travel expenses to go to tournaments, gear upgrades to help me make higher quality videos, and just helping me make more videos in general. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.